It's team launch time. We did the precision launcher for our FEDD project. I'm Keth.
I'm Tianxin.
I'm Josh Bullock.
I'm Weilun.
Fire in the hole! When making our precision launcher for FEDD, the first thing we went to was the engineering design process. This process is a series of steps that lead to the development of a new product or system. There are 5 steps in this process. Number 1 is ask. Number 2 is imagine. Number 3 is plan. Number 4 is create. And number 5 is improve. You can start at any step of this process. After you improve your design once, you may want to begin the engineering design process all over again to refine your technology.
The first step of the design cycle is the asking part. This part brought up the questions of what's the problem and what are the constraints. The problem was clearly defined in the objective as to design and build a projectile launcher to strike the center of a target at a distance of 30 feet away. The launcher will be powered by a 5-pound weight, and the launcher will be at a zero energy state with the exception of the potential energy of the weight above the bottom of the launcher. The constraints are as follows. The projectile will be made out of any foam-like material that is smaller than 5 inches and larger than ½ inch. Consider the foam-like material as any material that when compressed and released, it returns to its natural position. The launcher, on the other hand, may be constructed with any available materials, but it must then fit inside a 4-foot cube. The distance to the target will be measured from the front edge of the cube, and the launcher must be placed on the floor for operation. The weight may be attached using any chosen method, and the only human intervention is the loading and release of the weight. The launcher must also involve at least 2 methods of energy transfer, and the launcher must be able to be loaded and fired with less than 30 seconds of setup.
The next step in the engineering design process is imagine. This is where you brainstorm ideas and choose the best one. In our brainstorming, we went through many different ideas for the launcher. In the end, based on our research we did, we thought in order to get the projectile 30 feet accurately, that a design similar to a crossbow or a slingshot would work the best. We incorporated both of these designs into our final project. The 5-pound weight would be used to pull back the elastic bands, and when released, it would launch the projectile. Based off of this design, as well as looking at the criteria for the projectile, we thought that a ball-shaped projectile would work the best and fire the farthest while also being accurate. We then went on to draw diagrams for our design and figure out what materials we needed in the plan phase of the engineering design cycle.
So the next step in the design cycle is the plan. So at the first, we were debating about what we are going to make, and we finally decided to make a crossbow in that diagram. Then after we decided to make that crossbow, and we gathered the material including wood, foam ball, elastic bands, ropes, pulleys, and the 5-pound weights.
Go.
This is a video of our first test of our prototype, and after this test, we found that we need to improve our prototype.
For the improvement part, our launcher has many parts that could be improved. The first one is aiming. In our launcher, there's not a single part for aiming, so we aim by our feeling. Like we feel that it could shoot to this place or that place is very inaccurate. So we should have at least one individual part for aiming. And in addition, in the release of weight and the launching power, we could still have some improvement on them. So we rely on human power too much on these two parts, so we should make a better design to make them not rely on human power, but rely on itself, the launcher itself. And the launcher, in addition, the launcher itself could be better because it looks very unstable, and every time we reload, it seems like it could be destroyed at any time. So we should make a stabler structure for the launcher.
During FEDD, we successfully shot our precision launcher all 3 times. Every shot hit the target, and the last shot almost went through the middle. It was one of the most accurate ones there. However, we ended up being disqualified. This was due to the misuse of our 5-pound weight. Although we used the 5-pound weight to power it, we were not allowed to push down the weight for increased power. This added up to more than 5 pounds of force, and we didn't realize this would cause our disqualification beforehand.
For those people who gonna to make a FEDD project, I have some suggestion. The first one, you'd better start earlier. We underestimate the problem we're gonna face, so we delayed our plan and we don't have enough time to do more research and make more prototypes. And I suggest you start earlier so you will have enough time, and if you think your plan is not good enough, you will have time to restart. And if you think your plan is good enough, make sure you already know the constraint, you already know the requirement you should fulfill. We failed on this part. We didn't make sure what we really should do. And so if you not sure about the rules, ask the one who are sure about it.